President Zuma plots his next move. Winnie separates her politicians when it comes to recycling. The presidential hotline is broke. And is Thabo Mbeki having a bromance with Juju? Political analysts say that with the ANC's elective conference just over a year away, President Jacob Zuma has started moving quickly to outsmart his opponents on the political chessboard. Let's take a look at his game plan. Oops. Hello, Sunny Bonani Dakse. How's it? I'm Tim Modise. This is Zan News. Let's get it on. Today's guest has a very familiar face, and yet it's not one that we see around very much these days. President Mbeki, welcome to Zan News.
Thank you, Tim. It's good to be back.
At the ANC Youth League March last week, Julius Malema shouted, "Viva Mandela! Viva Motlanti! Viva Mbeki!" No viva for Zuma? What do you make of that?
Quote Siakum it Siakum venit.
Are you feeling okay, Mr. Mbeki?
It's Latin, Tim. It means what goes around comes around, and so on and stuff like that.
Well put, sir. We'll come back to you a bit later. ANC stalwart Winnie Mandela has said there will be a change in the leadership of the ruling party in Mangaung next year. She was speaking at an event to mark the 60th anniversary of Drum magazine. Mrs. Mandela, you said the ANC is not into recycling. What did you mean by that?
Amandla!
Mrs. Madikizela Mandela.
Amandla!
Away too. Now if you could say...
The dustbin of history is full of old presidents, Tim. We don't recycle them. We get new ones.
Are you saying President Zuma is heading for the dustbin?
We will give him his own dustbin, Tim, because he is not biodegradable like Thabo Mbeki. Nothing sticks to this man. I think he is made from Teflon.
ANC Secretary General Gwede Mantashe said your comments were ill-disciplined, given the party's decision not to talk about leadership succession.
There are dustbins for Secretary Generals also.
You have been defending Julius Malema at his disciplinary hearing. Would you like to see him become president?
Julius! Mama. Julius. Mama. Have you been a good boy? What did you do?
I peed in my pants. And I did a little corruption.
There, my baby. It's just the winds of change.
President Jacob Zuma's hotline will receive an extra 16 million rands from the budget. This comes on top of the 23 million rands already spent on the project. President Zuma, is it really worth spending so much money on the presidential hotline?
That's an interesting question, Tim. A stupid one, but interesting. What kind of president would I be if I didn't have a hotline? Barack Obama has one. So does David Cameron. And look at the president of France, Tim. He has a hot wife as well as a hotline.
Try to focus, Mr. President. 40 million rand over 3 years. For a hotline? How do you explain these costs?
You must remember that it is a toll-free line, Tim. The people who call the hotline don't pay for the call. The government does. It is a service we provide.
But the government funds the hotline with taxpayers' money. So, indirectly, we are paying for the calls.
Don't try to confuse me with logic, Tim. The point is that millions of people are calling the hotline, which proves that it is a success. We are very proud of it.
But surely it would be better if the hotline never rang at all. That would indicate everyone was happy and nobody had any complaints, not so?
Did you see how decisive and presidential I've been lately, Tim? Fire this one, fire that one. I like this job.
Let's get back to our studio guest now. President Mbeki, in 2008, Julius Malema said, "We don't want this man. He has become a dictator." He was talking about you. Now, 3 years later, he is showering you with vivas. What's going on? Are you making a comeback?
No man ever steps in the same river twice, for it is not the same river and he is not the same man. Heraclitus, pre-Socrates, I think that says it all.
What do the words arms deal investigation mean to you?
I say bring it on, Tim. Bring it on. I have lots to tell the commission. No, wait, that's not right. I have nothing to say.
So, you were never paid 30 million rand by a German shipbuilding company to guarantee them a submarine contract?
Interesting word, that. Submarine. Beneath the sea. It reminds me of a poem I once heard. Where are your monuments, your battles, martyrs? Where is your tribal memory? Says, in that grey vault, the sea has locked them up. The sea is history, and so on and stuff like that.
Some would say, and so are you. Why are we doing this? Because here we can. From me, Tim, and the team is Hambagahle, goodbye, and Futek.